Coming to you from the well-insulated greenhouse here. My name is Ryan Howe, and this is the continuation of the series where we are prepping our greenhouse in a northern climate so that we can come in and do our seedlings to get a head start on the season. If you'd like to see how we did the insulation, there'll be a link to it right over here. With that, the next step that we have is actually setting up your thermometers. And it's really important how you place them, where you place them in the greenhouse, and we're going to walk you through that right now. Managing the temperature in the greenhouse is extremely important, especially once you, once you have it insulated here, you can manage your temperature and humidity levels and things like that a lot easier. That's why we go through the process of insulating it so we can extend our growing season. But with that, you also need to know the temperature. And that's where these come to place. Again, this is the, I think it's called Uni is the name. The link is in the description, and it's a indoor-outdoor thermometer with 3 sensors. And I got 3 sensors, and I always get 3 sensors for a very good reason. We're going to have 2 sensors here in the actual greenhouse, and one of them is going to be placed outside in the garden itself. So now I'm just going to walk you through the 2 spots where I'm going to put the thermometers in here, show you where I put it in the garden, then we'll set it up in the house, and we'll see how we're doing in the greenhouse versus outside. Now, things to consider when you're placing your thermometers in your greenhouse, take in consideration about where the sun's going to be coming through, how it's going to be hitting the actual thermometer itself, because if they do warm up, you're not going to get necessarily a realistic temperature. You also want to have the temperature near where the plants are going to be at. You're not too worried about what the temperature is going to be way up here. So in this case, the door, our axis here, is the area that's going to have the most cold air coming in. It's where the temperature differential is going to be the highest, especially when I'm coming in and out, where you're going to have, some air gaps are going to exist, right? So with that, I want to have my first thermometer is going to go right here. So once I have my tables built and I put them in, that'll be coming in a future video where I'm going to show you how I build the tables just using 2x4s I use for my plants. So that's going to go in that spot there. The second one, it's going to go on the far side, the same level. So I'm going to pop it on either side of here, again, just to make sure that between here and that spot over there, there isn't that big of a temperature differential. This just using quick little twisty tie thing here, nothing crazy, because again, there's a good possibility this is going to move once I have my tables in here, because I'm going to want to make sure it's not in a spot that's getting a lot of direct sunlight. But for now, it's going to let me know how the temperature is doing there. That's the first one. Same thing over here, just another twisty tie for number 2. It's going to give me a relative idea of where the temperature gradient is here in the greenhouse. So with that, let me show you my last spot where I'm going to drop a thermometer at, and then we'll set it up in the house and take a look at it. So I'm out here in my garden currently. You can see we still got a decent snowpack from the other day. However, it's getting towards March. I got to get ready to start doing my seedlings. So with this, that last thermometer, placed it over here on our south-facing side. We'll go over and take a look at this in a second. I want on the south side, but it's going to be on the back side of this post, so it won't be in direct sunlight. So it'll be giving me better ambient air temperature that way. Let me navigate through here real quick. So that gives me 3 different thermometers are going to give me a good read on how this garden and that greenhouse are going to be performing so I can protect my seedlings. Let's go inside and set up the indoor thermometer and see how things look. Before I plug it in, didn't want you guys to miss out on this. Everyone seems to like it when you peel the plastic off for some reason. You see the initial temperatures we got there? So by the door, number 1 at the top, at the greenhouse is at 76.6. Further away, on the back end 79, and you'll see at the bottom there it's at 51. You remember that's been indoors. The whole rig is still pretty warm, but that temperature's already gone down about 4 degrees since I just turned it on. We'll come back here in a minute and see where it settles in at. So the next thing that you want to do now is set your alarms. So this comes, the reason I got this, actually comes with alerts for each one of them. So 1, 2, and 3. So the way you do it is, so let's go ahead and set the alert for number 2. I'm just gonna hold in the back. You see how it started blinking. So that upper side there, you see how it's got a little arrow pointing up. So that's the high temperature warning. So we're just gonna bring that down. I'm gonna set that for 85. Easy peasy. Then the next one, we're gonna hit the middle, or the same alert again. Now it's cycled with the arrow, if you can see it. Now pointing down. and it sets at -40. We want that a little bit warmer, a little bit. There we go. We're going to set that for 34. Give me enough lead time to get in there. You can also set it for humidity if you want. I'm not worried about that at the moment. And now I've got alert set for number 1 and number 2. And as you can see, that temperature is continuing to drop out there. All right, well, that's it, folks. Now we have our 3 area thermometers all set up and running. Temperatures are good. The alarms are set. So just remember, when you have your greenhouse, your responsibility is to maintain the temperature. Use some technology. Link is in the description to help you manage that so that way you can have a great growing season. See you next time.